Hi, we're live on Facebook. We're just going through, just double checking that we are also live on the website as well, because here we don't just live stream to Facebook, YouTube, we can also live stream to blog posts, to websites, wherever our family of followers are watching us, that's where we broadcast to. Now, today we're talking about video, and if you're creating video, one of the things that you really need a good handle on is editing. And believe me, when I first started to look at editing software, I was confused, overwhelmed. It looked totally crazy, and I didn't know where to start. And that put me off for many years. So this is now a part of a series I'm running this week where I'm going to show you some lovely, simple editing techniques using a completely free editing software called Davinci Resolve. This is Davinci Resolve 17. So I'm just going to be teaching you and guiding you through setting up projects, adding your video clips to the timeline, and then some basic editing where you can actually clean up your clips, color correct. We can use the green screen. We obviously can't use the green screen right now because I've got a massive light shining from yonder window that is not working. So first of all, then we need to open up Davinci Resolve. And as I say, this is a totally free software, and I'm using BeLive. This is B.Live software for my broadcasting. It is absolutely fantastic. And if you want to use it yourself, then I'm going to drop a little link in so you can get a free trial for 2 weeks, and then also stay to the end and I'll give you a little discount code that will get you 30% off as well. So let me first of all share my screen. So let's go find that, and I want to go to window and cool. Let me show that in stream. Perfect. Okay, so we have clicked on Davinci Resolve, and this is what comes up. You want a new project. So we've got an untitled project. Let's double click on that, and we can open up a new project. And as we can see, we have no clips in the media pool. We've got double screens there. Hopefully it's just going to double check you're seeing that, because I've had to go into Davinci. No, hold on. I thought that might happen. It's opened a new element to it. So let's do that. Hopefully that will now work. So I'm going to take that bit off, remove one, show that one in stream. There you go. So we have an untitled project. So what we want to do is go and show you what we have. So we have no media clips in the media pool. We have our timeline here. And down at the bottom here, we have media, we have cut, we have editing. Oh, I've got something just stuck in my window there. Move that there. That's cool. We've got edit. So we click on that. We've got fusion. We have color. We have Farlight, which is the music, and deliver, which is where we render our clips. So what we're going to do, we're going to be quite simple. We're going to stick in the edit because that's where we want to go. And first things are, we want to put some clips in the media pool. So we can, let's then pull a clip. So I'm just going to import one from media, and you can set up your own bins as well. I'll do a separate thing on bins. So I just want to pull in a little clip. What's that one? That's me. Fantastic. Yeah, cool. Right, let's pull that one in. Just open, and so the frame rate, that frame rate isn't matched to the project frame rate, but I'm going to say don't change it. Let's keep it as it is. So I'll have that. There is my clip. Now, first thing to notice, it goes into the media pool here. So we can switch that off. No media pool. Click that. We have the media pool. So, and we have our clip in there. And when I hover over it, you can see that it is then showing up in this side of the screen. Now, when I drop it into the timeline, now our timeline is down here. When I drop it into our timeline, two things you can see. You notice that A is now sitting in this screen, but also it's split. So we have the video and the audio but they are linked. So they are linked together. You can unlink them with that. We'll highlight them, sorry, first of all. So we highlight, we can unlink and link quite easily, but it's always a good idea. I always think, when you're basic editing, keep them linked for sure. Okay, so let's have a little tour of the dashboard. So here's our media pool, so we can drop all media in. We can have smart bins, so we can create a bin for our media, so we can add a folder or a smart bin and then sort them, and that's just a really cool way of keeping all our clips together. So we'll do a little bit of that later on, or one of the future methods. So we have a media pool, we have our effects as well, so we can click on effects, and so we have a whole toolbox of different effects. We have video transitions, audio transitions, titles, so we can go through all of those as our little episodes progress. We can talk through those. Crossfades are very, very common, and cross dissolves, blur dissolves, and here we can see just a very quick one. So here, this is like our preview window. So when we hover over, we can see a preview, but that's our timeline window there. So don't get those too confused. And actually, in many cases, I would actually remove the preview element. So we have effects there, and then we have our indexes. So that's where we have our clips put in, so we can keep them, and we have a sound library as well, so we can search our sound library. That you have to download when you first go into Davinci Resolve. That'll be empty, and then you just go basically and download the sound library as a separate file. So that's all cool. So let's go back to our media pool, and actually just a little bit here on the very top here, we've got a little screen, and that allows us to shrink things. So where we have where we want to use our timeline, we want a bit more control maybe to see it a bit more, then we can shrink that. We can still see our media pool, we can still have our effects, and it's up to you, personal preference as to how you actually want to have it. On the media pool, we got the choice. We can have the thumbnail and the description, or we can just have the thumbnail. So here's our thumbnail, and then here's our timeline. So that's the timeline down there. But we can have it again without those, and then we can search all our bins. Excuse me. So that's just a nice easy thing. So you can control all these different things, and you can change what you have as well. Over on the left hand side, we've got the mixer. So when I click on that, that's going to show us on the left hand side. So we've got our audio mixer. We've only got one track, so that's only got one element there. And then we have our metadata. So that's all the details of those files, and and this would be the thing that you use most, and that is the inspector. So here we have all the things. So we've got the zooms, we can position, rotate, we can do cropping, got dynamic zoom, we can change the speed, so we can go forwards, fast forwards, slow motion, go backwards, all those different things. So there's a whole ton of things we can do here. Next things to have a little look at and show you are these little elements here. So I say we're in edit, and I think that's where we're going to stay most of the time. So we want to, that's our timeline, so we can highlight that. Yeah, so that's our trim mode, just where we can trim our timeline. I don't often use that so much. The one I do use a lot is this one. This is the blunt, the blade, sorry, which there you can see it's like a little razor blade when you hover it over the track. And so at the beginning, as you can see, and hopefully you better hear this as well, there's nothing until I talk, and so we can take that bit off because I like to trim and edit. So then we go the highlight button, so we can highlight after we've cut it and highlight before, a bit before, and here right click or two fingers on your Mac, and we can just have a ripple delete, which will just delete it and then pulls everything along the timeline back. So one of the things I like to do is actually have a look at where I'm not talking, and I know pretty much that that's a little bit of dead air, and we don't like dead air. So I just go in, highlight it, and then ripple delete, bang, and that clips it. So that's our blade and our highlighting tool. And these are where we can overwrite insert clips. The other one really used a lot is the snapping tool. So we can just what that does is it snaps the clips together. So if I wanted to add another clip as an example, let's go grab another quick clip in our media bin. Just pull that one. That one will do. So that's added into our media bin here. Actually, I like to have that just on the little thumbnail because I know which one's which. So I can bring that in, and so it snaps. So you can see where the cut was, and I can snap it to that cut. I hope you can see that. Okay, and that's where I'll drag that in. So that's gone video 2. So that's split again. That's got the audio. So then you've got multiple tracks, so multiple layers, and we'll come to that in a future episode because we're just going through the dashboard right now. So yeah, we've got a little flag so we can mark as in and out. We can zoom in and out, and I use this tool a lot because again, when you're looking at the audio, then we like to see where there's dead audio, and we can cut there. So you can go really granular, and actually you can do it frame by frame, so you can get really accurate cutting and clipping. But if you've got big long clips, then we can do that. Now, in this element here, there's so many things you can change around. I'm going to take these inspectors off so we've got more, so I can show you more. So here we have the video one, and so we can do other little things here. So we can lock a track, we can select, and we can disable the video track, all those things, really cool things. And up here we go, we've got the timeline view options, so we can change these around. Not quite sure what that one did. That's a default one. I kind of leave it on that. That one's just taken the waves of the audio out. So I say I usually keep that one. You've got the video view options. So that's more. So where we have this one here. So as we drag our timeline, we can see, and you can see there that, I'm moving around. Whereas if we can change that timeline to that, and then it's basically just a thumbnail and you don't see it. Not particularly useful, I don't think. And then you can take the whole thing off. So again, I would recommend we keep that. Same with audio view. I would keep the waveform because that's where we like to see it. And if you're struggling to see what you're seeing, we can make the video larger. So we can make the height up and down, and indeed the audio as well. So that's all cool. And you can do that for every single track. So that's just in that first one. So you just switch that off. There you go, just click somewhere and that will come off. What else can I show you here? So in the timeline here, we can just play. We can play backwards. We can jump back to the previous cut. All those great things. We can have it on the loop. What's that one? The match frames. We can mark things in and out. So if I was going to here, so I've got, this is our review screen here. So I popped our video into the review. That's now sitting there. So that's not on the timeline, but maybe I don't want all of that that's in the review. So what I can do is I can select along this little timeline here. So that's where we are now in that review. And I just want a little bit, I can go I for in, O for out, really simple. And then what that does is that can we've got the option, we can either drag now just that little element of that clip. We can either drag it in purely with the video file or purely with the audio file, or if we drag it all in, we can just drag it both. So to show you, so that's now just a little clip. That's just by dragging it in, and again they're still locked. That's good. Or we can just drag in the video, or we can just drag in the audio. So you can play around with that, and they are not linked. So there's so much we can do. Absolutely, you can zoom in, zoom out. So please do let me know in the comments if there's anything that you need to know so you can really get starting. Oh, Wally, thank you so much for watching. Great to see you, Wally. And again, congratulations on completing your 90-day video journey. I'm sure you're going to go round again. That I have no doubt. So that's good. So this is just the first little lesson of Davinci Resolve. Just go into the project. We'll cover project settings tomorrow, so this might go on for about 2 weeks, these little lessons. But yeah, we'll go project settings, and then we'll get into some nitty-gritty of the actual video creation. Okay, so until tomorrow, guys, do let me know in the comments. I always watch the comments back. If you're watching on replay, just hashtag replay, pop your comments in. Any questions, then we can cover them, and I can cover them going forwards. So until tomorrow, let's hide that. Have an amazing day. And I said, I'm using BeLive. Now, the brilliant thing about using BeLive is that I can do this. It's got this amazing live sales feature. And so we have, where is it gone? It's in that one. I can select one. So I can just pop in on screen the BeLive free trial. So that's a link to a free trial for BeLive. But if you also, I can drop this in. I think I've got this on a earn and learn. Where have I got? I can also no, don't want that one. So what's happened there is the link to the free trial has been dropped into the comments. So that's in, if you're watching on YouTube, that comment's gone in on YouTube. It's gone in on the Facebook page. So that's really cool. And we're going to put in, where's my, I'm trying to find my code, but basically, yeah, you want a, I know, I can do it on branding. We can change the themes. We've got overlays. So I think I've got an overlay with a code. Yeah. So hide that now. And if you like BeLive, then the promo code Nick-Wood gives you 30% off, which is cool. So that's really neat. If you like that, you can try it. If you like it, 30% off. And that doesn't matter whether it's the annual fee or indeed the monthly fee. So that's really cool. Tomorrow I'll be adding on a little bit about TubeBuddy as well. We've got lots of trainings. If you're watching on YouTube, we've got lots of trainings in the description. So go have a look at those affiliate programs, free trainings, all sorts. So until tomorrow, same time, have an amazing day, whatever you do. Take care.